right, ladies and gentlemen, the bell just rang for the first match of G1 Day 3. If you are concerned with syncing it up, just go all the way back to the beginning of this video and hit the play button when the bell rings. Right now, we're watching the first match of the series. It's an 8-man tag. To be specific, we've got Satoshi Kojima, Jushin Thunder Liger, Tiger Mask, and Yohei Komatsu taking on Michael Elgin, Mascara Dorada, Jay White, and David Finlay.
Isn't Dorada now off the ropes? And what a dropkick there to Tiger Mask. And this is a chaotic 8-person tag. I mean, both teams seem pretty stacked. I mean, who do you give the edge to in this one, Ashton?
I'm going to have to give them the edge to the Elgin team here because I feel like Elgin by himself is kind of on a level above everyone but Kojima on that other team, and that Kojima probably isn't going to end up with getting the pin here. Although I guess you could say that Elgin's team kind of has more quote-unquote jobbers in Jay White and David Finlay, while the only real quote-unquote jobber on Kojima's team is Komatsu. So I guess that's an argument you can make as well.
Oh, absolutely. Jay White here in no man's land. Could be the victim of a surfboard. Jushin Thunder Liger's team clearing the opposition, and now Liger's got Jay White in the surfboard.
Jay White was the victim of that same surfboard yesterday.
Oh, man, I don't think it ever becomes any less painful, Ashton, no matter how much time goes by.
Well, the difference is he had Yohei Komatsu on his team to break it up, and now Yohei is on the opposing team.
Yeah, very interesting. I mean, especially considering that Yohei Komatsu yesterday, showed respect to Tiger Mask and Liger. Now he gets to team with them today. But a very interesting dynamic here, as you see now Komatsu in the ring taking it to his partner from yesterday, Jay White. What a stomp to the head that was. Now a clubby blow to the back.
Yeah. I like that they actually worked the G1 guys into the first match on today's card, because if I remember correctly, the first match on yesterday's card was just that 6-man tag, and I don't think it involved any G1 guys. I think it was just the juniors and the young boys.
Now here comes somebody I've wanted to see more of, David Finlay here.
Yeah, because wasn't yesterday's opener just Jay White and Yohei Komatsu versus Tiger Mask and Jushin Thunder Liger?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, so I like that they're integrating the G1 heavyweights into this match rather than using the first match as a juniors / young boy only match.
Right. You see now,
David Finlay got some fire, man. I really dig this kid.
Oh, I do as well. I was a big fan of his father, Fit Finlay, and now Dorada back in. And, oh, what a chop to Komatsu there. But you were really impressed with Komatsu yesterday, Ashton. You were telling me in conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
You feel like Komatsu has an upside, and I certainly agree. You see he's got I think it's like arm tape or shoulder tape going on. And
yeah, he's definitely got some kind of tape going on. Oh, monkey flip.
Oh, what elevation there. And Komatsu just crashing out. And then, oh, what a drop kick by Dorada to the back of the head.
I don't know if you did it on purpose, but it almost sounded like you said elevation, and I agree.
Well, I meant to say elevated, but regardless, I'm glad you appreciate it, because, I mean, that height was sick. And now Dorada going to the top rope. Oh, but Komatsu had that scouted, shoving Dorada there, being able to buy himself a little bit of time.
I'm not so sure if he had it scouted quite as much as he just really just running on instinct knew what to do.
I think you're absolutely right there. And what a superplex.
Yeah, no delay or anything. He just went right into that. He didn't give a shit.
And this is the kind of moment where, everything kind of equalizes itself, and Komatsu finds himself with an opportunity to potentially tag his partners, and he does, and here comes Kojima, and here comes Elgin on the other side.
Kojima and Elgin, these guys are facing each other in the G1 tournament tomorrow.
A preview here of what is to come tomorrow between Elgin and Kojima.
I find it kind of odd that Elgin kind of slows things down as much as he does, because Kojima comes in like a house on fire, and then Elgin just kind of throws these slow punches and slows things down. Very, very antithetical to what you typically see from ROH exports.
I think tomorrow's matchup is going to be so important to both men, because both men are having a losing record so far in the tournament.
Kojima.
Elbow drop from Kojima, yes, and Elgin kicks out. But Kojima losing to Ishii yesterday in a highly competitive matchup. But Elgin...
That was easily my favorite match yesterday.
Oh, absolutely. Completely agree with you. But Elgin taking
the... Oh, but Elgin with a roaring elbow.
Yes, it did. What a discus elbow there. And now, oh, prepping the arm. Could it be the lariat?
He wants it.
Oh, and
Oh,
it got checked. It got checked by Kojima, and there's the DDT.
yep. Just dropping Elgin on his head. And it's a bald head, too, so there's no cushion.
Yeah, certainly not, my friend. Certainly not. Elgin finding refuge in the corner. Oh, tries to kick Kojima there. Gets the Enziguri. Nice from Elgin. Goes to the top rope. Oh, wow. Oh,
One knee code breaker, it looked like.
oh, wow. Breaking the face. And now stalling Kojima there. Could it be
Oh,
the
man,
deadlift
deadlift
German?
German, absolutely. Oh,
Oh, man. And,
Liger and Tiger Mask.
well, I mean, hey, any way you can get the assist, I guess. And now Elgin.
Yeah, Elgin's
Oh,
gonna
my
superplex
God.
both of them. Yeah, that's too obvious. You've got two juniors trying to superplex a super heavyweight. There's no way.
Yeah, that's not happening. And now, oh, Komatsu.
And as if the juniors weren't enough of a joke, in comes the young boy. Oh, he's getting verticaled.
Oh, God. And there it is.
I
Not
like
really.
that they're not kind of harping on Elgin's power where he does the, oh, you kick me in the gut once and I keep him up, and then you kick me in the gut again and I keep him up, and then I suplex him. Because they've done that for each of the last 2 days, so I'm glad that they're not repeating it too much.
Right, what a corner lariat there by Elgin.
Although, as I say that, it wouldn't surprise me if they ended up still doing it in this match, and that just wasn't that spot yet.
Well, I mean, as I was saying, I mean, Elgin took Okada, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, to the limit yesterday.
Yeah, that's a really, really good way to establish him because he's pretty much instantly over in Japan now.
Right, and oh, look at him powering his way through with Kojima. Oh my God, double power slam.
Yeah, they know he's a monster.
Oh, beautiful by Elgin's feeling it.
Yep.
I think
Those
this is
fans know, man. They know what he does now. And it's because of the match with Okada, I think, because his tag match on day one wasn't necessarily a shining moment for him, but that match against Okada yesterday was pretty huge for him.
absolutely. And
Koji
Kojima with
Cutter!
the cutter. Yeah. I think. Did you just call it a Koji cutter, my friend?
Yes!
Yeah, I think that's the name we're sticking with, the Koji cutter. And man, nothing else seemed to slow down Elgin, but that certainly did.
You know, it's really funny because I feel like that's the official name for it, and I just, like, came up with it out of nowhere. Like, it just re-registered in my head that that's what it was called.
Absolutely, David Finlay. Look at that forearm by David Finlay. I think
Finlay's got fire. That's the biggest thing with him is that he's got incredible babyface fire. He's so passionate when it, well, you know, his facial expressions and his everything. He's just there's something about the kid, man. There's just something about him.
well, the Finlay, dynasty, the Finlay bloodline. I can only imagine that his father is so proud that he's working the dojo and that he's in a
And what's
place like
Elgin
New
gonna do
Japan.
here other than kick? Oh,
Oh, clocking David there. Kojima,
another
another
Koji
Koji
cutter.
cutter.
Number
Beautiful.
two, yeah.
Oh man, he's signaling for something here. Kojima, what a lariat!
Beautiful lariat taking out Dave Finlay.
Dave Finlay looks dead.
Jushin Thunder Liger is in the ring, maybe to prevent a pin, but yeah, there we go. That's it.
There
Koji
it
just
is.
got the pin on Dave Finlay. That might have been the shortest match of G1 so far.
Absolutely,
I
my
think that was
God.
only like 8 minutes, not even.
Kojima imposing as well, but you know what? It's not going to be that easy against Michael Elgin tomorrow. I can assure you that.
Yeah, no kidding. That's going to be a very, very interesting match because, I mean, here's my thing. I didn't know as much as I would have liked about Kojima coming into the G1, but after having seen his match with Ishii, I am super looking forward to seeing him against Elgin.
And you see Elgin, I don't think Elgin knows that this match is over here.
Well, this
Starting
is
to
kind of what happened between Kojima and Ishii on day one, too, after their tag match. But the difference
right.
is it seemed like Kojima was more intent on continuing the fight than Ishii. Now it looks like Elgin's taking on that role. So that might even be just like Kojima backstage being like, look, man, after the match is over, let's act like it's not actually over.
Right. I
Because
mean,
he's the only one that's doing that so far.
you've got so many interesting prospects in the G1 Climax this year. I mean, Kojima certainly impressed despite coming away with a loss yesterday. Gained some momentum back today.
I think he
Can't,
might beat Elgin tomorrow.
I have a feeling he might as well.
Call that an official, unofficial prediction, but yeah.
I mean, so Kojima is on the right track. Elgin, he needs to get out of the gate somehow. And tomorrow could be his way of doing it because I think if he can beat Kojima tomorrow, I think he gets a psychological edge back, gets that confidence back. Because, I mean, actually, no matter how good a person is, they've got to believe it first and foremost before anybody else can. And,
Exactly.
and Elgin has been on kind of a downward, slump here. And if he can't win this match tomorrow, I mean, he's going to be in dire straits, in my estimation.
Yep. All right. It looks like our next match is going to be YOSHI-HASHI and Ishii versus Takahashi and Cody Hall.
Hashi and Ishii, that should be a magnificent team. I mean, Ishii's a team by himself. Let's be honest here.
Well, and he
Stoked.
kind of is because YOSHI-HASHI is definitely one of the lower totem pole guys in New Japan.
I'll tell you, for my money, if it wasn't for Karl Anderson's breakout performance yesterday, to me, Ishii was just the star of G1
Definitely.
day two. It just absolutely
I
unbelievable. And
don't
his
know
match,
how he does it, but that man, no matter what, whenever he's in a match, he manages to pull me in, just suck me in and get me invested no matter what. I don't know how he does it, but he pulls it off every time. Specifically in singles matches. I can't really say the same when he's not in the match the whole time.
absolutely. And Yujiro Takahashi, I mean, he has nothing to be ashamed of as far as I'm concerned yesterday. I mean, yes, he came away with the loss yesterday, but he took Goto to the limit. And when you can say that, when you can say, I pushed the current Intercontinental Champion to his limit, I mean, Takahashi really showed me something yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, I always just kind of looked at him, and I think I even said it yesterday. I always kind of looked at him as kind of the playboy of the Bullet Club, the guy that provides the best women and that aura of charisma. And I don't really know if he had anything substantive to back it up, but man, did he shut me up real quick.
Yeah, and I think that the most sort of startling revelation was that he's 34 years old. I never would have guessed that.
Oh, absolutely. When you told me that, I had to keep my jaw from dropping. And Cody Hall, I'll tell you, Cody Hall is a specimen. We've really gotten to watch him, at the G1 Climax, which is, very nice thing to see because we knew he was a young boy for a while and we saw him go through that process. But now we've really gotten to formalize ourselves with, just his training and him getting better. And I really do feel like he's got an upside. Cody Hall has just got to bring it all together into a cohesive whole. And I think with each match, even if he loses every match, he gets better every time.
Yeah,
Uh, but we'll see.
that's definitely my sentiments exactly because he's the definition of a prospect.
You know what one of the best feelings in the world of really integrating yourself in a new promotion is, Ashton?
What?
When you can say that you have favorites, because the man coming out now, Tomohiro Ishii, I can say is quickly becoming one of my favorites to watch when we do New Japan shows.
Oh, absolutely. He is absolutely incredible, and it's so odd to say that about somebody that, because like when you think incredible or phenomenal, you think of like just like this breathtaking high flyer that does things that people shouldn't be capable of doing. But Ishii is so the opposite of that, and yet he's still just as phenomenal in a completely different way.
I'd have to say that Ishii is the first guy that just is really about that power game and just being a bulldozer that I've really gravitated to like this. Because I normally have an affinity for, the technical wrestlers and the high flyers, to your
Yeah.
point.
Yep.
But, I mean, Ishii's just something else, and you see his partner Hashi also coming out with him. I like that stab of Hashi there.
Yeah, for some reason, every time I see Hashi, just because of the staff and everything, like the whole getup, he reminds me of Keelik from Soul Calibur games.
I'm so like, dude, ESPN going on right now because I was thinking, wow, he has such a Soul Calibur getup. So, wow. Glad I wasn't the only one thinking it.
Yeah, he reminds me of Keelik. And Keelik is the only, well, I'm going to kind of reveal my ignorance here, but Keelik is the only Soul Calibur character that I know of that uses his staff. I'm sure there's probably other ones in more recent games, but the last Soul Calibur I played was Soul Calibur 2, and I think it was like for GameCube or something like that.
Ah, the GameCube.
Yeah.
uh,
I,
but may I presume, Ashton, that Yujiro Takahashi and Tomohiro Ishii have a match coming up in the G1 tournament?
yes, tomorrow.
Oh man, I mean, honestly, I mean Takahashi did show his capability, so I know he's not going to be squashed. But I just look at those two, and I just feel like it's a mismatch. That's how impressive Tomohiro Ishii is.
Yeah, I completely agree, and it's one of those situations where I think Takahashi is kind of one of the designated fall guys. Like he'll look good in pretty much all of his matches, but there's no way he's gonna win more than one or two of them.
Right.
If that. I mean, he might beat Honma. I could see him beating Honma, but
Right.
that's just because Hanma's such a great underdog character.
Right. And now look at Takahashi kind of drawing a line in the sand, telling him, come on, you want some of this, and look at that, just baiting Ishii, and then comes back in the ring. I mean, typical Takahashi style.
Well, and you know what? I love it too because it's keeping them separate, which is good because of their big match tomorrow. Like, I love that they're having opponents facing each other a day before their match, but I also don't necessarily like seeing them actually interact in those matches because to me, it's like preserving the fight. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And there's Cody Hall now imposing his will on Ishii, one of the few men that I think is capable of doing so.
You know, it's so funny because anytime somebody brings up the Bullet Club and you say, "Oh, who's the enforcer of the Bullet Club?" The name that always gets brought up is Bad Luck Fale, but Cody Hall is a solid 3 inches taller than Fale and probably just a little bit lighter, but still close to as much stopping power. Oh, Ishii does
Oh,
not. He's not going to put up with this shit.
yeah, Takahashi needs to learn that you don't anger the pit bull. And, what a shoulder block. This man does a
Just
standard shoulder block like
explodes out of the
death.
corner. Yeah.
I mean, when you know that somebody is a monster when they do standard offense and it just carries that little bit of extra oomph to it.
Well, and that's the thing with Ishii too is that his offense consists entirely of strikes and suplexes. Like that's it. There are no, there are no fancy frills in his repertoire. It's just punch, punch, elbow, forearm, shoulder block, and then like every now and then he'll do an amazing, beautiful delayed vertical suplex deadlift.
And again, Cody Hall being the equalizer for Takahashi. Hashi had gotten the Snap Hurricane Rana on Takahashi, and Cody Hall just comes in and like, no, we're not losing the momentum here. I'll tell you, Cody Hall, I think losing lately, in teaming with Takahashi or what have you, just in any of his matches so far in the G1 Climax has really lit a fire under him. I think he's really craving a win.
Yeah, I mean, my predictions are about as usual. Well, when it comes to New Japan specifically, my predictions are basically worthless. I predicted the wrong team to win the first match, even. But I definitely think Cody Hall's going to be eating the pin in this match.
I mean, well, he is still in that young boy state, is he not? So, it
Yeah.
would make sense if we've learned anything about Japanese culture as it relates to their wrestling and their
Well,
wrestling philosophies.
and that's kind of the thing too is like young boys typically are supposed to just wear black trunks, but Cody Hall has a little bit more, design going on.
Right.
I guess that could be seen as he's not necessarily a young boy anymore, but I think he is, and it's just Bullet Club being disrespectful as always.
Yeah, and that's a great point because we have to remember the appeal of the Bullet Club is it's imposing these Western wrestling values upon a whole different culture, and Cody Hall there with the takedown of Hashi, and Hashi's got to get out of the gate here because Cody Hall is just having his way right now, and then what an elbow drop, the height on it,
Very reminiscent of Big Cass in NXT.
absolutely, and then goes right into the mount punching position and then
Good.
alternates forearms.
Yeah, that looked like frickin' death right there. That looked horribly painful.
Man,
Yoshi-Hashi looks like he just woke up.
Hashi looks like, I mean, glazed over, to say the least. And now Cody Hall's just going to pick up Hashi and drive him into the enemy corner there.
And it looks like Yujiro gets the tag. Yep, there it is.
And
He
this
isn't
is
even
what I'm
holding. There are no tag ropes in Japan. That's kind of weird.
And this is what I'm talking about with Cody Hall getting better with every match, keeping Hashi in enemy territory and now isolating him from Ishii because they realize Ishii gets the tag. I don't want to say that it's all over, but Pitbull's got to eat. And there's Takahashi there with the boot and then follows it up with, I think that was almost like a knee strike or a low drop kick, whatever it was,
It
and
looked like
Hashi kicks out of two.
it looked like a sick kick to me, Roddy Strong style.
Yeah. And Takahashi, I mean, look at him. He's just got to have all the confidence in the world. When you've got the muscle the likes of Cody Hall, I think you feel like you don't have a problem in the world. And now,
You know what though? As big as Cody Hall is, if I were him personally, I would still kind of piss myself a little bit if Ishii looked at me the wrong way.
oh, absolutely. You kidding me? I don't think anybody wants to mess with Tomohiro Ishii. That's why they've tried so hard to keep Hashi isolated, but it's unsuccessful as Ishii gets the tag. Oh, but Takahashi ducks. Oh my god, the power slam.
Unbelievable. No frills on this, man. I'm telling you.
But that's why
Cody
I
Hall
love him.
comes in and tries to play the intimidation game. Ishii says, "Screw you and your intimidation. This is real
Oh my
intimidation, kid."
god. Oh,
Oh,
look at Cody Hall
Cody
though,
Hall
power
picks him
through.
up.
Oh, but Ishii, waist lock.
Dude,
Cody Hall fights out of it.
Cody Hall's got a solid foot on Ishii.
Oh, Takahashi accidentally hits Cody Hall there.
What was
Doesn't lose
Takahashi?
focus though on Ishii.
It seems like Takahashi was like aiming for above Ishii's head there.
Dude, I don't know why, but whenever I see Ishii work, I want to say, oh my god, what a suplex to Cody Hall.
Absolutely incredible.
This man is so impressive, he breaks my trains of thought.
Yeah, he's
But
so good.
I was going to say, I really want to see him and Samoa Joe in the ring. I
Oh
feel like it'd
wow, that's
be
a
a great
really,
matchup.
really, really scary pairing right there.
Can you imagine them team up? They'd be the tag team division in a matter of months. But
Well, no, I mean you say that, but that's only because they would eliminate any and all competition physically and forcibly.
exactly. And look at Takahashi trying to use the quickness advantage that he has over Ishii. And
Force. Oh, he grabbed him. Oh, but he punched him in the face.
oh man, and now
Takahashi is a biter, my friend.
and look at Takahashi showing some of his power a little bit, getting Ishii's throat hung up on the ropes.
Oh,
And now,
she's gonna. Oh, wow, Fisherman Buster.
beautiful by Takahashi. Hooks the leg too, and Ishii kicks out. That's the thing about Ishii too, is that not just offensively is he a brick wall, but his resiliency, it matches that. And, Takahashi's going to have to do a hell of a lot if he even has a prayer of winning tomorrow. And now, oh, Ishii, look at that. Oh, the club, he blows the back of the head.
Vertical.
Oh, Takahashi
No, but
slips out.
Takahashi lands on his feet.
Again, Ashton, that quickness
Forearm
advantage
strike.
Takahashi has.
But Ishii takes his head off with a clothesline.
What a clothesline by Ishii.
And that's all it takes from Ishii, too. That's what's so beautiful. Like I was saying earlier, there are no frills to this man's offense. He's going to just destroy you with a single shot, and there's nothing you can do about it. But both tags are made. Cody Hall and YOSHI-HASHI in. Hashi takes out Cody Hall's knee.
And oh, what a neck breaker there.
Yeah, that was almost like a blockbuster, honestly.
Yeah, like off the ropes blockbuster. And, much like Takahashi had the quickness advantage on Ishii earlier, you have to think Hashi has the quickness advantage over Cody Hall now. And
Oh, what a chop, yeah.
Cody Hall, though, it seems like no, he ate it. And he's got, I think, muscle through. He does. Look at Cody Hall here. Fall away. No! I thought it was going to be a fall away slam. He's got him in fireman's carry position. Single knee gut buster, maybe? He's prepping him for something. Oh, my God. Oh, he took too much time. Hashi slid out. I mean, it was impressive, but it only matters if you can execute it to the end. Caught Hashi again, and there's an uppercut.
Almost a Swiss death.
And, man, Cody Hall feeling it here. Takahashi taking Ishii off the apron. Bullet Club might pull this out, dude. It's both of them now isolating Hashi.
Yeah, definitely would be interesting.
Oh, Cody Hall feeling it here.
Bullet
Discus
Club,
lariat.
so far, I think Bullet Club is like 1 for 8 or 9 matches.
Oh, and
Ishii makes the save.
Oh,
Takahashi
man.
throws Ishii out again. It looks like he's following him. This might be where Cody Hall's inexperience gets taken advantage of by YOSHI-HASHI.
He just signaled for the Razor's Edge. We've seen Cody Hall do that in his prior matchups when he calls for it. So far, he has not been able to hit it at the G1 Climax. Will tonight be the night? He's got Hashi up.
He's got him in position.
This is going to be the telling moment here, people. Cody Hall taking a lot of time.
Oh, Hashi's getting out of it.
Hashi hooking the legs. Tried to hook him up there, the roll up. Cody Hall trying to stuff it.
Oh, he went for the butt senton and landed hard on the mat. Ishii in with the clothesline. YOSHI-HASHI off the ropes. Another elbow, and this might be it.
2. No!
Oh, it kicked out! Cody Hall kicked out!
Wow!
I did not see that coming.
Cody Hall dug deep inside himself, and he was able to kick out. I mean, that Ishii low lariat, I mean, I thought that had Cody Hall knocked out in itself.
He's put much better men than Cody Hall away with that.
Oh, man, Cody Hall there throttling Hashi by the throat. Hashi trying to fight
out of it, though. Wow.
Does fight out. Cody Hall misses the clothesline. Oh, Hashi caught him. I think that was some kind of slam. Cover. 2. Wait. I think
yeah,
Cody
he got
Hall
his shoulder up. Got his shoulder up. He got his right shoulder up.
Cody Hall staying in this thing. Man, and now Hashi trying with the forearms. Could this be Cody Hall's time? Hashi off the ropes again. There, he got the clothesline there. He's got the single leg pick. I think he's dragging Cody Hall by the arm. I think he's positioning him to go to the top rope, Ashton.
It looks like it.
Signal for something. Where? Oh, Takahashi being kept away from by Ishii.
Yeah,
Ishii playing good
doing,
defense. Oh, that's got to be it.
Yeah, that looked incredibly painful.
That's got to be it, and it is.
Yep.
All the credit in the world to Cody Hall. I mean, he tried staying in this thing, but that senton from Hashi, just too much.
Yeah, that senton was actually really cool looking too. I mean, it looked like he landed way too hard on Cody Hall, but then again, Cody Hall being a young boy probably just deserved a stiffing.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you caught it, but it seemed like that one pin attempt by Hashi, there may have been a little bit of miscommunication. So maybe that was Hashi's way of taking it down on Cody Hall.
Exactly, that's my thought too.
I mean, I still give him credit.
It depends on the camera angle, but sometimes Cody Hall in the face looks kind of like Tom Hardy.
Yeah, I could see where you're coming with that reference.
I think it might be the blonde hair too. That's got something to do with it.
But I mean, Hashi and Ishii, what a showing here at day 3 of the G1 Climax.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Ishii, I would have liked to see more, but man, YOSHI-HASHI and Cody Hall tore it up.
Absolutely. And Tomohiro Ishii has got to be feeling good about things right now. I mean, he is on such a roll.
Do you see this match? Captain New Japan and I believe that's Hirooki Goto. It is taking on Bullet Club, Karl Anderson and Tama Tonga. Karl Anderson, fresh off one of the biggest wins of his career.
Absolutely. I mean, Ashton, Karl Anderson became such a talking point for us yesterday, even in personal conversation when day 2 ended.
I mean, for what it's worth, from what I understand, Karl Anderson was a G1 finalist in 2012. So
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, this is a tournament that he's actually got some experience with. I remember seeing something that he actually has a pretty good record against the big 3, that being Nakamura, Tanahashi, and Okada. I think he is undefeated against Okada.
Really?
I want to say he's 2-0 against Okada, but I'm not completely sure on that, so don't quote me.
See, that's very interesting considering Okada's the current IWGP Heavyweight Champion, which, by the way, I'd like to mention here, thanks to one of our commenters, I believe TechGuru88, he cleared up the confusion about Okada being in the tournament. So for everybody, watching at home, if Okada wins the G1 Climax, he apparently gets to have his pick of the litter of who his opponent is going to be.
At Wrestle Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom. So quite a dangerous advantage to have if you're the champion. I mean, you could pick Captain New Japan for all you know. Yeah. And just have an easy night at the office. But knowing Okada, I think we know where his mind would kind of be if he could pick his opponent. So, and you see Tama Tonga there coming in with Karl Anderson.
No, you know what? I'm looking right now, and Okada beat Karl Anderson at New Japan Destruction in Okayama in 2014. So.
Well, I do thank you for filling us all in, though, Ashton, about him being a G1 Climax finalist in 2012. I was not aware of that in my research. I apologize for that, folks, for that oversight. But I think it just shows you how good Karl Anderson is. And I got to tell you, after his win over Nakamura, even though Kota Ibushi is still my official pick to take this thing, Karl Anderson became kind of an emotional favorite for me. I'd love to see him break out and just get to that next level, beyond the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships.
Can I please say I absolutely adore the Bullet Club's entrance theme?
Oh, absolutely. I love it.
It's so catchy in the weirdest kind of way. Because, normally when you think catchy, you think, upbeat, repetitive, that kind of thing. But Bullet Club's theme it's almost in, a minor key, but it's still just super duper catchy. It just gets stuck in my head really easily.
Absolutely. And here comes
Intercontinental Champion, Hirooki Goto.
And Captain New Japan alongside him.
I still don't really get Captain New Japan, but
that attire of Captain New Japan tonight looks a little Rey Mysterio-esque from where I'm sitting. So I prefer it, definitely. Probably my favorite attire he's worn so far.
He looks like he's trying to be Captain America.
Yeah.
But obviously Captain New Japan. So I guess that's kind of what the inspiration is just Japanese Captain America.
And I'll tell you, for Goto, it's funny because he seemed to have his hands full with Takahashi. And after Karl Anderson with that huge victory over Shinsuke Nakamura, I mean, I find it almost poetic. Karl Anderson's first tournament bout, he beat the former Intercontinental Champion, and now tomorrow he's going to face the current
Current.
Intercontinental
Yeah,
Champion.
exactly. That is a great observation.
And they're going to start this thing off here, and really, like we know how good Goto is. I mean, the Intercontinental Championship is proof enough of that. And I guess maybe you could say the same for Karl Anderson. It's proof enough when he's a member of the Bullet Club, and he too is a champion. And again, IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. But I mean, man, that's a match that I am so looking forward to tomorrow. It's gonna,
Goto absolutely cinching in this headlock.
and you got to figure with Goto with that power that he has. I mean, Karl Anderson. I don't really associate Karl Anderson with power. I look at him as more of a finesse kind of guy. You see there with the head scissors, and then headlock takeover there to Goto, but then Goto uses the head scissors, and we're gonna have a stalemate here.
Would you say that Karl Anderson is kind of like a technician?
I would. I would. I think the way he prepped Nakamura's neck for the gun stun yesterday just showed his technical acumen. I mean, he was so precise, and he stuck to his game plan. And it took, I believe, 3 gun stuns, did it not, to beat Nakamura yesterday?
Well, if you count the TKO off the middle rope, it would be 3. But if you don't, then it was 2.
Well, regardless, I mean, it showed the persistency in the game plan, and that's what makes Karl Anderson so dangerous. Is Goto tags in Captain New Japan, and they do a double shoulder block there. And now Captain New Japan is alone with Karl Anderson.
Yeah, this is bad news for Captain New Japan. And immediately Karl Anderson with the knee to the gut. Oh,
And
but he
here,
tags in Tama Tonga.
absolutely, well, Karl Anderson probably needs a breather. And Tama Tonga, despite the fact that he got pinned by Toru Yano yesterday, I still feel like this man has an incredible upside. But he got psyched out too easily there by Captain New Japan. Karl Anderson not putting up with that crap.
Yeah.
Karl Anderson saying, "Hey, we're here to win."
I like that Tama Tonga was actually getting frustrated too.
Absolutely. And now Captain New Japan, oh, went for the double clothesline, but both Tama Tonga and Karl Anderson got out of the way. And let me ask you something, Ashton, since you're the one that brought it up. I mean, you talk about Karl Anderson being a G1 Climax finalist in 2012. How bad do you think the desire is for Karl Anderson this year to go all the way?
Oh
To just,
yeah.
it's got to be so
Especially because
huge.
he might be meeting his stablemate in the finals.
Oh, Karl Anderson versus AJ Styles after his performance against Nakamura is a match I've been dreaming about. You see Tama Tonga really taking it to Captain New Japan right now. He's got Captain New Japan grounded. But yeah, I just really wanted to ask you, because if I'm Karl Anderson and I came that close to tasting it, and I'm already off to a great start this year, you want it bad.
Oh,
And,
no
you
doubt.
know, I mean, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, I mean, I say that I think it's one of the most prestigious prizes in wrestling. And Karl Anderson, oh, what a knee to Captain New Japan there. Into the cover, and Captain New Japan able to kick out.
Yeah, the 2012 G1 that Anderson made the finals was actually against Okada, and they put on a freaking 23-minute classic.
Oh, man, and now Karl Anderson, that veteran instinct, keeping Captain New Japan isolated. I love that. Takes control of the arm, takes him back to the allied corner if you're Karl Anderson, and then tags in Tama Tonga, and Tama Tonga using his head on the arm of Captain New Japan. Oh,
Tama
no, Captain.
Tonga is very unconventional.
I love that about him, though. I think, he's just got that unorthodox style. And oh, look at that. Captain New Japan with the flying shoulder
Flying
block
shoulder
there.
block, yeah, channeling his inner John Cena.
I won't give up. And he doesn't give up, and it gets a tag to Goto here.
Goto
Oh, man.
is yeah, he's gonna take it to Tama Tonga for sure.
I mean, if you're Goto, I think you really want to send a message to Karl Anderson. And what a spinning heel kick in the corner to Tama Tonga.
Oh, right into a
Jesus.
belly to back suplex.
Beautiful form. Hooks the legs, and oh, that was a near fall. That was a near fall. And actually, it's funny. I was getting ready to ask you if you're Goto. Are you a bit intimidated by Karl Anderson's performance thus far? But Goto's like, screw that. Intimidation's for the weak.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone should be intimidated, it's the guy standing across from the Intercontinental Champion, right?
Absolutely. And oh, look at Anderson there with the knee, and Tama Tonga with the headbutt.
That Pacific Islander head power, man.
Oh, and now look at Karl Anderson. Could he be, maybe wanting to hit a gun stun here? I mean, it seems like Goto is dazed. Gun stun! Goto had it scouted. Oh, what a discus lariat there.
That was
That could be.
beautiful. It looked like Carl Anderson was even trying to kick him in the stomach, but Goto just completely went through it and didn't give a crap.
And a throat thrust there by Captain New Japan. But see, now Captain New Japan, I don't agree with that posturing at all. And it cost him. Tama Tonga there, clipping the foot.
Yeah.
And then
And then
Carl
Carl
Anderson.
Anderson getting rid of Goto. Might Carl Anderson get another win under his belt here, pinning Captain New Japan?
I think that's what we're about to see here. Tama Tonga. The Blue Thunder.
Blue Thunder
Oh!
Bomb into a
Bicycle kick.
bicycle kick. Beautiful.
2. And Goto breaks up the pin there.
Yeah, Tama Tonga was slacking there a little bit. He should have been paying more attention to keep Goto out of it. Carl Anderson posing. He wants another gun. Well, he wants his first gun stun. TKO, or TKO maybe.
TKO variation, and he gets it. He gets it. He got all of it.
He's going for the pin. Tama Tonga's up. I don't see Goto anywhere.
Kevin Newman kicked out.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't count as a gun stun. I guess the TKO is like a signature move to lead up to the gun stun.
Carl Anderson, I think, is a bit annoyed that Captain New Japan kicked out. Oh, victory roll here. 1, 2. Oh, that was close.
That was way too close. That would have been the first time that a non-G1 competitor pinned a G1 competitor in this tournament.
All due respect to Carl Anderson, I would have been embarrassed if that happened. Gun stun!
There it is! Going for the leg. Where's Goto? 1, 2. That's it.
Oh, and did you see, Ashton? Carl Anderson pointing the finger gun at Goto as if to say, you're next.
Wow. Carl Anderson 2-0 in this G1 so far.
Unbelievable.
Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say 2-0 because I think he also lost on day 1.
Man, all the momentum in the world belongs to Carl Anderson right now. Oh, come on. Carl, I don't know if I agree with that at all. I know it's what the Bullet Club's about.
Was that Jay White?
That might have been Jay White. And now Carl Anderson hooking in his IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team title. But the question has to be, folks, with the role that Carl Anderson's on, could he be trading in that tag title for a world title in the future? And let me tell you, Goto's got his hands full tomorrow. Because there's one thing you got to remember about machine guns, folks, and that's that they mow down mercilessly and without conscience. And I think Carl Anderson will do anything it takes to win.
And you know what? I respect that.
You have to. It's the G1 Climax. If you're not here to win, what the hell are you here for?
And yeah, now that I think about it, Nakamura pinned Tama Tonga in day 1, and that was a match that Tama Tonga was teaming with Carl Anderson, so he's not undefeated. But he is 1-0 in actual matches that matter, and that was an impressive win right there. So.
And look at this 6-man tag that we have upcoming.
Nagata, Taguchi, and Honma versus Nakamura, Geto, and Okada.
Nakamura and Okada on the same team should terrify anyone.
Well, they're in the same stable. They're both members of Chaos.
That's right. And, you just got to wonder how the opposition is going to do there. And now here comes Honma.
Honmania is running wild, brother.
I don't know if it's tomorrow, but I do know that Honma has a matchup coming up, I believe, with Okada.
And Honma at the next show will be taking on. Yeah, it is with Okada. That's tomorrow night.
So guys, so many intriguing matchups taking place tomorrow night.
Or not tomorrow night. It would technically be tonight, tomorrow morning, whatever you want to call it. But you guys know what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
We're not talking to dumb fans here. We're talking to people that know what we're talking about.
And, I got to be honest, Ashton, it's weird because I said earlier that the great thing about experiencing New Japan at this level was that you start to become fans of certain guys. And that was.
And on that same note, you start to dislike some guys as well. And we're staring at one of them. You're right in the face.
Exactly, with Taguchi here.
I don't know what I hate more, the ass-based offense or the fact that he thinks he can pull off the Eddie Guerrero tights.
I think both annoy me in equal measure. But here is Yuji Nagata.
There's something so cool about this guy. I don't even know what it is, but he just seems like such a badass.
I think he's just got a natural intensity about him,
Yeah, that's probably what it is, man. He's underrated, I think.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, here's the thing, Ashton. Especially in Western culture with pro wrestling, you got all these guys that are faux intensity, screaming at the top of their lungs, flexing like crazy. Nagata,
Not on Tough Enough.
yeah, exactly. I mean, no
He's
disrespect.
so
Yeah,
bad.
exactly. But I mean, no disrespect to Mata, but it is really bad. But then you look at Yuji Nagata. Where's his intensity? A simple walk down the ramp, because he lets his actions do the talking, and that's how I like my wrestlers, man. It's beautiful.
Oh, and as Nakamura's music hits, I get goosebumps and shivers. And he's just
Nakamura, I mean, one of the staples of New Japan, just so excellent.
how
Excellent doesn't
old
even
do you
get
think
this right.
Yuji Nagata is, John?
Yuji Nagata looks to be, I'd say maybe 41.
47.
Wow.
Yeah. Never would have guessed. I'm telling you, man, it's so weird because we look at these Mexican wrestlers and the Japanese wrestlers, and it just seems like they don't frickin' age. Drago is 40 years old. I never would have guessed that. Yuji Nagata, 47. Like, I almost have to wonder now, how old is Kojima?
Yeah. You know, you really do begin to ask questions when you see that these guys, their ability
Kojima is
really doesn't
44
age.
years old.
Wow.
Well, now I'm
Jeez.
curious. How old is Ishii? Ishii's 39, so that's about what I would have expected, honestly.
I mean, you know, dude, but it does beg the question, though, right? Like, is conditioning different in places like New Japan as opposed to like WWE?
You know
Because
what I think the difference is, John?
what do you think the difference is,
The
my friend?
frickin' schedule.
You're probably right about that.
Because in WWE, they are on the road working shows 300 plus, and I'm going to add the plus in there because there's no way it's just 300 anymore. 300 plus days a year, and they do not get vacations. There are no off seasons or anything like that. And now, granted, there aren't any off seasons in Mexico or in Japan, but they don't work nearly as grueling of a schedule as WWE.
Absolutely. You know, and I think that time off, you're able to keep your body up to a standard that you know you would like, and you know you don't erode, so to speak, as quickly. I mean, because when you're working that kind of schedule, combining that with just the biological breakdown that happens with age, yeah, it all seems to make sense. As here comes, my God, the Rainmaker.
Did
You
you
know,
say that literally, meaning like he's literally your god personally?
you know, honestly, it might as well be. He's so good, and he's got such an upside. I mean, you talk about when you get goosebumps when Nakamura comes out.
Yeah.
There is a
Oh no, I
presence.
totally get it with Okada too.
Yeah, there is a presence about that young man. And again, you know, it makes all the sense in the world that he is the IWGP heavyweight champion because, you know, I remember the commentary going into Wrestle Kingdom 9, Ashton. You had Tanahashi that represented kind of a different time, even though he's, you know, still the man now, more or less.
I
But
mean, Tanahashi represents sort of the rise of New Japan because he was really the main attraction that dragged them out of the shadows. They were in dark times in the early 2000s, and Tanahashi, mostly by himself, but I would say over time also with the help of Nakamura, really brought them to where they are today.
absolutely. And yet Okada, I think, represents a new vision, a more youthful vision, if you will. And that's not even a slight at
I
Tanahashi.
yeah, I
I
would
know,
I
you
would
know,
say Tanahashi did it first. Okada does it best.
that's beautiful. That's the best soundbite to describe it. As you see now, these guys. I mean, Honma has got one hell of a mountain to climb when he's facing Okada tomorrow. You talk about. I'm not even saying it's a mismatch, but it's. I think honestly, of all the tournament matches on the card, this one is probably the one that intrigues me the most.
Yeah.
Because Honma, we talk about him being, you know, the underdog of New Japan, this fan favorite. But
Dude, do you hear this freaking crowd?
absolutely, the electricity is palpable. And yet Okada, we've talked about it so many times, Ashton. We talked about it at Wrestle Kingdom 9. We talk about it anytime we see Okada. Just so good. Just so freaking good.
He
As you
really
see now the
is.
lockup between Okada and Honma, maybe feeling each other out before tomorrow.
Yeah, it's there's definitely a lot of interaction going on between tomorrow's G1 opponents happening right now.
Absolutely. And I mean, if you're Honma, what kind of statement, do you want to make going into this? And look at Okada there, the brashness.
Every time, man. Every match he does that to open. I love it.
And
Never gets old.
Honma, I think he was going to try and not take that indignity lying down, but Okada's not really giving him any choice in the matter.
It's funny because I see a lot of people crapping on Okada, saying that he's overrated and stuff, and I just don't get it.
I don't get it either. I'm usually perplexed by the opinions that you make me aware of.
Oh, we're gonna get a Kokashi. Oh no, of course we're not.
No, we're not Rainmaker.
No, no freaking way,
Oh,
dude. How insane would that have been? Obviously, one of Hama's teammates would have broken it up, but still, what a freaking tease this early on.
and Honma's smirk tells the story, saying, "Yeah, you almost got me, but you didn't," and that makes all the difference in the world.
Well, it's almost as if to say, yeah, you almost got me, but don't forget, just a split second before that, I almost got you, son.
Exactly, and now Taguchi comes in.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, man.
I feel like we said the exact same thing on commentary, just in different ways.
Yeah.
Because you said Taguchi comes in with your words, I said Taguchi comes in with a simple sigh.
Exactly.
That means, oh look, it's Taguchi.
And now, Taguchi there having control of the arm, but quickly gets reversed there.
Goto with control of the arm now, which I can get behind.
Yeah,
Geto's another guy who's 40 plus years old.
Well, of course he is, first of all. And now Taguchi there with the hammerlock, and Goto, I think he's going to try and get up.
Did you hear him?
No.
Goto! That was funny. Okay, I'm gonna just let it go.
And now Taguchi and Goto here at a standstill. And, if I'm Goto, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I hope I have the rear-based offense of Taguchi well scouted.
Yeah.
Oh, to say that sentence with any kind of sincerity hurts.
I know, right? Like, it literally hurts to commentate Taguchi matches.
Oh, Goto giving out hugs!
He's a good guy.
He is a good guy.
Now,
I would take the hug. Oh, wow. Yeah, now Taguchi really is a douche.
Goto. Attaboy. I love that he stiffened up his lower lip, too, at the same time. Ah! Screw off, Taguchi. You're not hitting me with your butt today.
Oh, now look at those snap jabs by Goto.
Very cool.
You
Nice.
would have thought he would have trained with Apollo Creed or something with those jabs.
No.
Oh, man. Now he's hyping up for it. But there's the thumb to the eye. I love it.
That was awesome. And Taguchi. No? Oh,
no.
boy.
And, yes.
It's right there.
Oh, really? Wow.
What a heel!
Wow, you just touched greatness in both Okada and Nakamura. And now, look at that. Oh, I don't think either of them connected. I think they both missed the headbutt. Goto sat up.
They both missed, and then Nakamura and Okada came in and were just like, bitch, we are Okada and Nakamura. What do you think you're doing?
Exactly. Now, look at really just gouging the eyes of Taguchi. Not that I'm going to complain.
I mean, Taguchi doesn't deserve eyes in the first place.
Oh, my God. I can see that New Japan brings out the animal in all of us.
For our new viewers, welcome to my sense of humor.
Indeed. And,
just taking wild swings at a Goto. Goto going right back to raking the eyes. I love it.
It's like I haven't impaired your vision enough.
Yeah, this is like just in a Pokemon battle, just using sand attack after sand attack after sand attack. They'll never hit me again.
I really admire that you were able to work a Pokemon reference in the context of pro wrestling like this.
Hey, man, I do what I can.
Absolutely. And now Nakamura there with the kicks.
Yeah. I mean, after one of those, I would probably go crying home to my mom.
If we're lucky, maybe he'll knee Taguchi in the face.
I mean, if anyone deserves it.
Well, we were close. That diving knee drop there almost on the throat of Taguchi.
Yeah, maybe, no, I don't think throat's going to impair his ability to use his ass to hurt people anymore.
Yeah. Well, and considering...
Maybe Okada can hit him with a Rainmaker and just, separate his head from the rest of his body.
And look at that, the double boot from the two members of Chaos, Okada and Nakamura. Okada goes into the cover, and Taguchi able to
How
kick
weird
out.
is that to see? It's like freaking Mega Powers Unite, man. Okada and Nakamura on one team. You don't even need to have Goto on that team. They could just take it 2-on-3 and still dominate.
Yeah, if somebody was to ask me, well, what's their collective power level, I would just sigh and be like, OP. You know? It just don't even
Okada
bother.
is so good. That was such a smooth senton. Just completely effortless looking. And he stood up afterwards and he just kind of walked away like, yeah, that just happened. What are you going to do about it?
I can't believe he gets crapped on like he does.
I know, dude. I think it's just because he gets pushed so heavily and because he's the champion again and that kind of stuff. But
Right.
still, like, he could have held the championship for the last like 2 full years, and I probably still wouldn't find a way to complain about him.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, you've got Geto back in the ring
Especially
with
when you
Yuki.
consider how freaking young he is compared to all the other top guys. Because like Nakamura 34, Tanahashi's like 37 or 38, and in the meantime, Okada not even 30 years old yet. I think he's like 28.
Yeah, so see, I mean, I'm all about pushing the youth, especially when they're as good as Okada. I mean, just such a prospect. And Nakamura now, just having his way with everybody. And I love how Nakamura emotes.
He's so good. Oh, throat neck, yeah, foot on the throat shiver.
Oh, beautiful. But oh, look at Taguchi powering through.
Oh, screw off, Taguchi.
And there are the chops there to Nakamura. Shoots him off the ropes.
You know,
Nakamura counters in the knee to the gut there.
this match could have been good, but Taguchi's been in it for way too long. There you
I
go, Knock. Atta boy.
We haven't really gotten much of Nagata
Oh,
yet.
and he takes out Honma too. Dang it, Nakamura! I love you so much, but why are you taking out all the competent people in this match? I want
Oh,
Taguchi to get a tag. What are you doing?
Nakamura shaking that knee.
He wants
There
the
it,
Bomaye.
Bomaye scouted there, but Taguchi. Oh, in the rear view by Taguchi.
Oh my god.
And for the record, I would like to personally celebrate. I think I pronounced Shinsuke Nakamura's finisher correctly for the first time. So,
Yes, you did. You did.
oh, thank goodness. It was about damn time. And here comes Nagata.
Here comes Yuji Nagata. That's actually Nakamura's opponent tomorrow.
Oh, that's going to be a barn burner if I've ever seen one. Tomorrow is stacked in the tournament card.
Dude, the entire B block is stacked, to be honest.
Absolutely.
The A block, I mean, no disrespect to like Styles and Ibushi and stuff like that, but Bad Luck Fale, Doc Gallows, there are some weak points in the A block.
Absolutely. And ain't no weak points in the ring right now. Nakamura reversing Nagata, but Nagata, wow, low dropkick there to the knee.
Oh, that was smart. He jumped up like he was going to do a drop kick. Nakamura covered up his head, and then Nagata just went for the knee.
And now
Oh, nice T-bone.
And now Nakamura kicks out.
Well, of course he did. He's Nakamura. Come on now.
Absolutely. It's going to take a lot. I mean, just ask Karl Anderson how much it took to beat Shinsuke Nakamura.
Who's that? I don't know what you're talking about. Shinsuke Nakamura never loses.
That's right. But look at that. Nakamura, they're stuffing the suplex attempt of Nagata.
That's right.
And now, oh man.
Nagata, are you really going to try and exchange blows with this man? They call him the King of Strong Style. Are you dumb?
Man, exchanging soup bones here. Nagata not showing any give, though.
It's just a matter of time until Nakamura puts a little more oomph. There it is. A little extra oomph into his blow.
Oh, but Nagata there with the running knee.
Yeah.
Right in the gut of Nakamura.
I freaking love Shinsuke Nakamura so much.
Dude, everything he does is so on point.
Yeah. It's funny because, like, it's one of those things where, like, on Tough Enough even, and not even necessarily this season, but anytime you see, like, Tough Enough or anything like that, or any kind of, like, training video for wrestlers, they're always like, okay, we've seen you do a shoulder block, now do a shoulder block, but make it your own. And I'm just like, how the hell do you make a shoulder block your own? And then I discovered Shinsuke Nakamura.
Right.
He finds a way to make everything Shinsuke Nakamura.
And look at Okada there with the kip.
What a kip up. Oh my god, I love Okada so much.
Oh, now Nagata taking refuge in
this
the corner.
This team is so OP!
I know. And what a back elbow there.
Goto literally just chill out on the floor. You don't even need to get up on the tag apron. These guys can just go back and forth and dunk.
Oh, look at that counter by Nagata, though.
Oh, Nagata into the Fujiwara.
Fujiwara armbar there. And oh man, he has got it cinched. And all the eyes rolling in the back of his head. Good God.
That's that intensity you were talking about earlier, man.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
look,
just
Geto
it.
can serve a purpose. Nakamura is preoccupied with something. Geto comes in to break up the armbar. I love it.
Yeah,
Oh,
great
is
entrance.
Honma going to get a headbutt in here?
I think so. And Okada, that arm's got to be shot. And you got to wonder, how is that going to affect his ability to pull off the Rainmaker?
Rainmaker, yeah, that's a good point.
And there's the Bulldog there
Oh,
by
Bulldog,
Honma.
he wants the headbutt. He's going to get it, too.
And he got
One
it. And
for one! He's got 100% accuracy rate in this match.
And Ashton, let's focus on the critical point here, the fact that that headbutt was right on the affected arm of Okada.
That's true, yeah, he's going to go for a vertical now.
Oh, but Honma
Oh, he's
powered
going to
through.
deadlift him.
Oh
Oh, my
God.
God. We both
Oh
said it at
my
the same
God.
time.
Popeye ain't got shit
Oh,
on Honma, and he powers
Jesus,
through.
Hanma's a monster. And look at Okada selling the pain, too. I love it.
Okada is in agony right now.
And can you blame him? That looked so painful.
Oh man, between the Nagata armbar and then just Hanma's headbutt on it. But look at Okada powering through with the flapjack.
I feel like
Oh,
New Japan has the use of a flapjack in New Japan is way better than anywhere I've ever seen. Because I think we've seen a total of like 3 flapjacks already just in G1. Oh, Okada going for a tombstone.
Hanma shifting his
Oh, Hanma
pressure.
reversing.
Can he get him up? I mean, it seems like Okada's kind of resisting there. Now he slides out. Rainmaker. Hanma has it got to remember these two will meet each other tomorrow night. And there's a drop kick there from Okada.
Oh my God, the drop kick. What just the height.
And Okada, he's got to want to put Honma away here soon. But I think Geto just got the tag. Geto's the legal man. And if you're Okada, I think this is a breather you need because that arm, I think he's kind of shaking it off. But oh, the knee in the corner by Nakamura. And the back elbow. Now what's going to happen here? Neck breaker by the Rainmaker. And oh, there's the kick to the head there by Geto. Cover. 2.
My goodness.
And Taguchi, of course, breaks it up. Oh, but now.
You know, I'm getting real sick of your shit, Taguchi.
And now Geto, they're sizing up Honma. Can he score here? Low drop kick. Nice. And now into camel clutch. Maybe no. No. Pinning combination. And Taguchi again breaks it up. At first I thought Honma was countering, but I realized that's what Geto wanted to do all along. And now, oh, what a boot by Nagata there to Nakamura. And now Okada with a boot of his own. And now it's back to him and Honma. Good God. Was that a headbutt? I think it was. Oh, Geto there with a thumb to the eye. And another headbutt.
Another headbutt from him, yeah, from Honma. He's got 3 off this match, and he hasn't missed a single one. I think he might miss this one, though.
Actually, he did miss one earlier when he tried doing a double team, I believe, with Taguchi. So this might be the second one he misses.
Okay, so he's 3 out of 4. He usually goes 2 or 3 for 5.
Oh my God,
he hit it on Geto!
Oh, I think this is going to be it,
2,
2,
3! Honma picks up the win with the top rope Kokeshi!
Wow.
Holy crap, I can't believe he hit it!
And Honma.
His success rate has been so much higher in G1 than it ever was before.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, Ashton, the success rate is going to need to be high because tomorrow he faces the world champion, and you can't afford to mess up on his watch.
Oh, that's so true.
So Honma better have his game on because I'm telling you, Okada doesn't allow mistakes to go by unforgiven. And look at Nakamura there just showing the disrespect. He's got his own matchup against Yuji Nagata tomorrow.
Oh, man. I can't believe that Okada and Nakamura lost!
And if you're Nakamura, you've got to be getting frustrated. You lose to Karl Anderson yesterday. You lose this tag match tonight. You know how good you are. You're Shinsuke freaking Nakamura. You need to get on the winning side of things.
Oh, like I said, man, Geto shouldn't have even gotten up on the tag apron. He should have just chilled out on the floor and broken up pins if he needed to.
And it sickens me that even though he wasn't even a part of the decision, Taguchi's going to go down in the record book as being a part of a winning team against Okada and Nakamura.
Yeah, that is pretty
no
bad.
justice in the world.
That's all right. I mean, don't forget, Heath Slater's beaten Seth Rollins before. Shit happens.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, Taguchi shaking both Nagata and Honma's hands. He better shake their hands.
Yeah, they did all the freaking work. Specifically, Honma.
Honma showed everyone tonight that maybe he can, in fact, beat Okada tomorrow. But
Honma, another guy like Ishii who manages to just drag me into his matches and get me invested every time.
absolutely. And that woman, I don't know what she's gonna do with that towel, but you
Oh,
know,
yeah, that's kind of anxious aardvark territory.
I know.
Like Hanma is literally just grabbing towels from people, using them as sweat rags, and then giving them back to them.
It's like I'm giving you my sweat. Be
Yeah.
grateful. And the
Oh
eerie
my
thing is,
God, Hanma-san gave me his sweat. I'm so happy. Then what do you do with it? Oh yeah, that's where things get a little weird.
and that's where we cut to commercial, I guess.
Yeah. Well, literally, because guess what?
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten to the halfway point.
Oh, absolutely. So I
We're
mean,
getting
I
ready to
guess
do our intermission here. So, guys, we're going to close it out here. We will be back again. Just sync it up, and we will return with our next video. And the start of the video is going to be the bell ringing to the first match of the night. Of the second half of the night, being, dude, Kota Ibushi versus Doc Gallows.
can Kota Ibushi bounce back from his loss to Tanahashi? We'll find out.
I think so. We'll see.